Hello and welcome back to Engineering Money.
Conveniently timed bite.
Conveniently timed bite. So that was a fun week
Heck yeah.
pulling up the year to date here, and I
Yeah.
had a fun fact that I found, and I wanted to share it with all two of our viewers for this episode, and that is that the market year to date, where it's yeah, for the S&P, the last time we've seen a decline this large was 1939.
That well,
That's
the Great
I think
Depression was
Ben,
like
I think something was happening during 1939.
that was like the end of the Great Depression.
Yeah, so a few things to just preface that fun fact with is that um, it's very like chronologically specific because I'm saying
hmm
January through April
Oh, okay.
Right.
of
It's not
any
like the
of
worst
any
year
year.
ever. It's not even the worst 3 months ever. It's the worst specifically the first quarter.
Right, because
You know,
you can point to say the 4 month period that ended in March 2020, and I'm pretty sure that performed even worse. But
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
um,
you have to stay ever vigilant when reading
Yeah.
financial headlines.
that's
But
right.
also I think it's more recently not true, but historically they call it the January effect, the first quarter being a positive quarter most of the time.
Hmm.
Well, that's
So
not the case.
not anymore.
Well, yeah, it's just something that you gotta. Tim hit it perfect. You gotta stay ever vigilant. Okay, this is
That's right.
There's no
it's
better way to put it.
we're living in unprecedented times, and
I hate that phrase now.
I'm frankly just very scared.
I would really love something precedented to happen just once.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Um. So there were a few other things that I could mention, and the article that I read this out of talked about how, how does the next 6 months perform after that, and there's really nothing you can gather from that information,
Right.
Yeah.
because everything, the past does not predict future outcomes. But
Yeah. Just what happens will get added
I
to
th-
the
I think this
records
is
and
really
then
good. This is what we've been asking for ages.
It's true. We literally have.
oh, we have,
I
yeah.
think
The
I think if we see another 10% decline, then I'll be happy, and then it can
Well,
start going
hey
back up.
Ben, how about those stats? So, what is the overall decline year to date?
So for S&P, the decline is 13.86%.
And is that off the high point, or that's just year to date? Was
That's year
it
to date. Year to date.
so? So is that? I think that's about the same as off of the all-time high, though.
Let's see.
I think you're right, Joey.
Oh yeah, because I mean it peaked at the end of 2021.
Okay, perfect. So the thing is though, 13% off an all-time high is barely bear market territory. So yeah, another
Yeah,
10% drop, easy.
Yep.
I'll say.
Um.
I
So yeah.
I was gonna say I read recently that I think it was J.P. Morgan was like, we are on the edge of another big recession. And if a big bank says it, you know it's true.
Well,
You know,
okay. So there's we for this type of a recession, I I think you got to look at the small businesses, and that's what you got to track,
Mhm.
because the small businesses are like the canaries in the coal mine.
All
yeah.
right.
Does that make me sound smart?
Makes you
That
sound, I don't know.
So if
We'll go with smart.
the canaries die,
we know how
and
canaries work
if
in
you
the
see
coal
them
mine.
dead in the cage, you know the air is very poisonous, and it's bad news for humans. Um,
Allegedly.
but
So
small
when the
business
small
and big
businesses die in
business.
their cage,
That's
you
right.
know that the money's bad
That's right.
and it's bad for big businesses.
So I
So, okay,
think
but do we have a moral of this story? Do we know how small
no, yeah,
businesses are doing?
the moral of the story is there's people are saying there's a recession. Other people are saying there isn't going to be a recession. The way that we're going to find out, the next step is going to be the decline of small business activity and bad results out of those small business sort of indicators that they put out.
Mm-hmm.
Decline in productivity, decline in profits, and
and
all that jazz.
we saw more small businesses were created during the last 2 years than ever.
Yeah, and that's why there's all this controversy that it's like we got a bunch of signs of recession. Things like, oh my gosh, the last time the Fed raised interest rates like this put us in a recession. But then there's people saying, oh, look at all these other metrics that the economy is going to do well. I personally think that the Fed's got it this time. The last time that they made the mistake of hitting it too hard with raising interest rates, they didn't have the sophisticated data analysis and modeling and all the tools they have now to do it correctly, plus learning from the last time. I think they got it. I think they're going to achieve that soft landing that they're going for.
I mean, what if they're just doing all this for
inflation.
fun, Joey?
Well,
You didn't factor that in.
that's a pretty good point, Tim. It makes me change my whole outlook on investing, really.
I mean, I think my takeaway is that we have to stay ever vigilant.